got a big goddamn problem with the news. You ready for this? The news is completely manipulated. Everything you hear every single day is designed by corporate media to do one thing and one thing only.
Jesus.
To keep you living in fear.
Oh, fear?
Total fear. Fear, so you'll go out and you'll spend money on things you probably don't even need, things you probably already have 6 of, so that their advertisers will keep buying ads on their stations. I'll tell you one more thing. You ready for this? I'll do this all day, man.
When it comes to those Arabs, the Arabs are so racist. Prophet Muhammad himself, peace be upon him, said, 4 generations after me, Islam would be gone. Listen to that. The best of mankind had to be sent to the worst of mankind. The Arabs were the worst people on the planet Earth, and in my opinion, they probably still some of the worst bastards on the planet Earth. The Arab people ain't got no Islam. Arab people kill Arab people. Arab Muslims kill Arab Muslims. Arab idiots claiming Islam kill innocent people in foreign countries. I always tell people, I don't give a damn if his name is Muhammad. He ain't no Muslim. He's not. Islam is in Africa. Okay, let me calm down. I love to tell this joke. There's so much racism in Islam. I don't even go around Arab Muslims. I can't stand them. Sometimes you say Assalamu alaikum to an Arab, he don't even say wa alaikum salam back. So I just stopped greeting them fools. I don't even greet Arab Muslims. When I see them, I walk past them like shit on the street. I do not respect no come over here. They sell pork, they sell alcohol in the gas station, they sell pictures of Jesus Christ in the gas station, the black community, they sell pork chops, they sell alcohol, they don't eat it, they don't drink it, but they sell it to people. The worst thing the Arabs ever did is they invented this thing called the Salafi Wahhabi Islam. Salafi Wahhabi Islam is like the Jehovah's Witnesses in the Islamic movement. The Salafi and Wahhabi people say, if you're not in our group, you're going to hell. How can they say that in Islam? They literally say, if you're not in our Jamaat, if you're not a Salafi or Wahhabi, then you are going to hell as a Muslim. They are worse than Jehovah's Witnesses in Islam. It's founded by some Arabs that did not know Islam, and they just have some vast backwards doctrines that end up with fundamentalism and what they call so-called terrorism. Now, we know the worst terrorist is the American government. Let me just go on line. The worst terrorist in the history of the world is the American government. But these Arabs have put some terrorism in Islam, and if Islam is peace, then how do you have terrorism? So anytime you see a fool on camera screaming jihad, Allahu Akbar, know for a fact he's not Muslim, he's outside of Islam, and if his beard is long as if his beard is down to his knees, he ain't no Muslim. They're lying. Sheikh Ahmed Bamba, listen to this. My Sheikh Ahmed Bamba said it ain't no more jihad. Sheikh Ahmed Bamba said it ain't no more jihad. It's no more war for Islam. The only war the Arabs do is for politics and for oil. Sheikh Ahmed Bamba said the only war left in Islam is the war against your own bad qualities, what they call jihad al-nafs, the war against the Lord's self. The war against your own bad qualities is the only war left in Islam. There's no more out of jihad in Islam, according to Sheikh Ahmed Bamba. So I try not to speak too much about the Arabs, but I warn people of African American descent, stay away from these Arab Muslims, because you don't know what they're into, you don't know what they're talking about. I don't even like to go to too many Arab mosques, because they might have some fools in there associated with some dumbass fundamentalist Islamic group, and I don't never want to be associated with those people ever in life. So for me, the only Islam is it's got to be from Sheikh Ahmed Tijani, from Morocco, Sheikh Abu Hassan Sadli, his people is mostly in Egypt, or in Sheikh Ahmed Bamba, West Africa, or Sheikh Abdul Qadir Jilani, or any Islamic doctrine that comes from the Sufi path, because the Sufi way is based on love, it's based on the heart, it's based on being a person who's desiring to overcome the lower self and reach the higher self, or what we call God and man. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. The Arabs are pissing me off so much, I just try not to. I used to just go on a rant and lose my Islam and curse them out. But, I got to be a better example for people and stop all that cursing. But Arabs, they piss me off. They really do, because they do not represent Islam, and they actually hijack Islam. And I say they don't have Islam, they have Islam. The real Islam is in Africa. The real Islam is with Sheikh Al-Islam and his people. Oh, and in Senegal, they have a Wolof proverb. If you ever want to make somebody from Senegal laugh, say to them, Nar Yak Nadini. Nar Yak Nadini. Nar Yak Nadini is a common phrase you hear in Senegal. Nar Yak Nadini means the Arabs messed up our Islam.
That you are pursuing an opportunity that requires you to be kind of like a unique voice, and this could mean that you feel like you could be voicing your opinion on a topic that seems like maybe your opinion is an unpopular one for some reason, or you may feel like you are the lone person out there kind of chirping on this particular subject, or from, this particular perspective that you have.
We live inside of what we call the matrix. People are trapped inside of the matrix of the mind, the cobwebs of American society, stuck in the mud. If you didn't learn anything else from Sheikh Sufi today, please learn this. The only way out of the matrix is to find someone who is outside of the matrix. The only one out of the matrix, Neo, is to find someone who's not sleeping in the matrix, who is outside of the matrix. That is why the Buddha said, I am the awakened one.
Rastafari as a livity, not just the mansions and so on, because even within the organization of Rastafari, you have people who have turned it into religion. But the essence of Rastafari connects with like Zen Buddhism and connects with a lot of the indigenous traditions of understanding the earth and balancing with yourself and knowing yourself and building your community and eating from the land and practicing balance with nature so that you don't take too much without replenishing. These principles are not unique to Rastafari, but Rastafari is the only set of ones who trod in the earth saying these words and promoting this particular lifestyle. Yes? And so you don't need missionaries like how them guys needed missionaries when they were going in the world. Right? It's just the liberty that is contagious. And so that is why, as Walter Rodney, I'm so glad you quoted, he's one of my favorite human beings to trod this earth. You see me? I love to see the revolutionary brothers talking about these things unapologetically. And it's really example alone. Your brothers have to see you successful being yourself as an African. You cannot tell them anything. You have to show them. You have to lead them by example. They treat ganja like drugs over here, and they are genetically modifying herb and shifting the THC CBD balance to give you the highest high, like it's coke them trying to create with the ganja. I don't promote that. I would travel the world and don't even use no herb for 3 months because I can't get organic herb you have to be careful what you're putting into your brain. Right? Because all of the energy surrounding the way it was planted and so on, all of this goes into your body. Just like when you eat animals, all of the tension that is created inside these animals when they are about to be slaughtered, you internalize it when you eat it. So you have to think about the herbs in the same way. If you can't get the ganja, you have to go learn to meditate without it. And you have to go find some other herbs too, because we're not just promoting getting high, we're promoting wellness. And ganja is a thing that is good for your brain. Your brain has cannabinoid receptors. That means you are designed to use this thing to heal yourself. So, and you can get this from other things too, but if you can't get the ganja, you have to go try grow it, you have to go try secretly grow even a little one plant. I promote growing it yourself. And if you can't, then you have to go do your investigation, do your research and find out if it is really that important to you. Because putting some bushweed or some brickweed or some weed where somebody stick up in them woe if you care come for it, this don't do that for you. This can't heighten your meditation. You know what I mean? So you have to look at why am I using this herb? Am I a junkie? Am I addicted to this thing? Because we're not promoting addiction either. So unless I can get the best quality of food and anything to put into my body, it is not going into my body. So that is my personal stance. But, I understand that living in this kind of society, it's hard for a man to have something to escape, you know what I mean? So that is a dilemma, a question I cannot answer. But I just would say, as much as you can, try to get the best quality food in general to consume.